Powerful People. Encyclopedia Galactica presents biographies of notable people in the galaxy. This week, Zemina Torval. She may look like a mummified spider sucking on a lemon, but Senator Zemina Torval has developed a strong reputation for fairness and humanity, caring for her vast army of slaves who work in the many vast mine complexes run by her corporate arm, Mestopolis Mining, is a full-time job and a lot harder than most people think. And Senator Torval really does care. She may have millions of slaves working for her, but she likes to show the personal touch, often dropping in on them unannounced, with a cake she's had someone make for them with her own hands. After all, she says, how can you expect your slaves to put in 18-hour days down the mine if they're not cared for properly? And remember that these are imperial slaves, indentured labourers, not real slaves the Federation pretends not to tolerate but quietly permits its corporations to use. These are not the sort of slaves you work to death and then sell as fertiliser. Oh no! When Zemina Torval's slaves drop dead of exhaustion, she makes sure they get a good burial, while remaining within a prudent 50 credit limit per corpse. Torval owns a fleet of majestic class interdictors, the sort with the spinning wheel at the back, and she's not afraid to use them. Towards the end of 3300, she sent two of these so-called enforcers to put down a rebellion in the Surbago system. With the help of many independent commanders, she was able to turn the unfortunate circumstances of the rebellion to good, giving the slaves of Surbago an opportunity they really couldn't refuse, to become a better class of slave with Mestopolis Mining. Torval lives much of her life on one of her enforcers, the interdictor Xanadu. As a lover of all things natural, Torval has recreated within the torus of the Xanadu a tropical rainforest complete with genuine simulated rain and 50 different types of bird of paradise. When the Empire expanded into the Pleiades, it was Torval who installed the Wells-class carrier the Indra in HR 1185, travelling there in person to witness the carrier entering orbit. Space, she said at the time, is by nature hostile. The Indra will make this particular system less so. Couple all that hard slave owning and riot suppression with being a politician, attending Senate, and saying nasty things about Princess Aisling Duval, and there's not many people who would want to change places with Senator Torval. Being rich and powerful beyond imagining really isn't all it's made out to be. As a politician, Torval certainly knows how to keep the population of her systems on side, offering an all-time low taxation rate of 0 for the 6th year running. Senator Torval really has a bit of a bee in her bonnet about Princess Aisling, apparently liking neither Aisling's anti-slavery stance or her youth, nor, at one time, her apparent eligibility to succeed Hengist as emperor, but especially the bit about slavery. She and Aisling once had a bet about whether Zemina could forcibly buy more unregulated slaves and place them into imperial indenture than Aisling could buy imperial slaves to release. It was a jolly free-for-all for everyone concerned, and everyone had a load of fun. But when they tallied up the slaves at the end, it was Torval who proved victorious, gaining well over 2 million new slaves, while Princess Aisling only managed to free a little over 1 million imperial slaves. Under the terms of the bet, Aisling was forced to take on a contingent of personal imperial slaves for a year, something that might just have allowed Torval to crack a twisted smile. Perhaps she was able to make her makeup flake off even more when Aisling Duval's marriage to Federal Ambassador Jordan Rochester was called off at the last minute, something that Torval described as the mercy killing of a catastrophically bad idea. Torval's other contribution to galactic safety is the invention of the mining lance, which can only really be described as a very dangerous mining laser. Great if your mining ship doesn't have enough room for weapons, but not exactly the weapon of choice for any but the most niche combat pilot. Trivia. 129-year-old Zemina loves adding pepper to everything. Peppered grapefruit is her breakfast of choice, to which she attributes the stylish, anus-like puckering of her withered lips. The Waterworld, Centini A4, is an official marine graveyard for Mistopolis mining slaves who've died in the line of duty. Dead slaves are released from a low orbit and typically burn up on re-entry, their ashes fertilising the phytoplankton of the ocean of that rather damp celestial orb. Torval has been hoping for a long time to go big game hunting for dinosaurs, but the option is sadly not yet available. Instead, she hunts down and kills the birds of paradise in her artificial jungle on board the Xanadu, using a mining lance, something that causes no end of work for her ever-vigilant zookeepers. Tune in next week for another of the galaxy's powerful people.